Welcome to New Bike Day in Ministry Land. And this too could be yours at 25% off. We'll get into that in a little bit. This is the 2025 edition, version 2 of the State 4130 steel all-road bicycle. Basically, this is a $1,000 bike, mail order, direct delivered to your door. They do encourage you to have it professionally put together. Let's talk over the highs and the lows that we know so far. I haven't even thrown a leg over this 4130 steel. This is the raw edition, and I'm sorry, but this just looks cool as shit. I am a fan. It's supposed to get a patina to it eventually. I'm looking forward to that. They do also have it in like a lilac color, I think they call it, a lavender, a very light purple. And I think there's a tan or a yellowish one, and we're right in the flight path from DFW Airport. The raw finish, the brazons are cool. And this is the steel fork. There's also a carbon fork upgrade that's available. Cool is a good way to describe State's approach to this bike. They've done a lot of cool looking and sounding things. Very cool looking chainring and crank. Almost everything is State branded. State wheels, State derailleur, State cranks, State handlebar, State brakes, I'm sure. Yeah, SBC, State Bicycle Company, State. So this is a 12-speed cassette. My grandfather used to say nothing good happens after 10. Might apply to gearing as well, but we'll see. Is there a clutch on this thing? I don't know. It is UDH. So that's kind of cool, right? Like I said, lots of cool. These tires are tubeless ready, but not yet tubeless. The chainring and the crank just look cool. So the fork looks cool, the raw finish looks cool, the bars look cool, the stem looks cool. The saddle's even branded State. These brakes, these are cable actuated hydraulic brakes. Headset, straight steer tube, not tapered. That actually kind of surprises me. I expected a tapered steer tube. Maybe that limits upgradability if you're wanting to go a different direction with the fork. State offers their own State branded fork for the carbon monster fork for this, and their own suspension fork for this. Add-ons so far: a Rundell cages, a Rundell bag, my Varia mount, and we have my Wahoo mount. Lots of flare on the bars, State brake levers. The other add-on is our Redshift Arclight flat pedals. If you're not familiar with those, I'll show them off when we get everything put together. The bike looks cool. It also sounds cool. See if we can do this right. Check this out. This rear hub sounds just as sexy as any Chris King or i9 hub you'll come across. There we go. Buzz. And rear brake. So we're going to take it to the duck now. Let Nico look it over. The box was beat absolutely all to hell when I got it from UPS. Hopefully nothing's bent. Let's take it to the duck and see what a professional wrench has to say about it. We're here with Nico. Some people refer to him as Bicycle Jesus. It's not because of the beard. It's not because of the sandals. It's because of the miracles you work, right? Nico put the State together for us officially and the right way. Tell me, what were your thoughts of the quality of the bike itself out of the box and how well it went together?
I am a fan of State. They're a brand that has done their position of bikes properly. They always have a good mechanical background. This bike, out of the box, was ready to ride. Shifting was great. Brakes were actually phenomenal. Usually brakes are the one things that have to be adjusted or tweaked. So you could tell that someone is actually putting these bikes together by hand and taking the time to make sure the rider's experience is very seamless as soon as they get it. The only thing you need to do is set up tubeless tires if that is your preference. State does give you tubeless ready tires, which is awesome. Some brands will not do that, so they already got you set up for success. That is the only thing on this really nice gravel build coming from a gravel rider that you would need to do to literally take it straight out to a Spinistry event.
So it's good to go as is. Nothing that you go, oh, it's a nice bike, but it's good to go.
They use quality stuff. I have to say, the crankset and bottom bracket bearing quality for a bike of this caliber is very, very nice. That is cranks you usually don't see on things. It has a 12-speed mullet-style drivetrain, so they are mimicking what a very, very high-end gravel bike gear ratio would be, and you have the same thing.
When you say mullet style, what do you mean by that?
Mullet style is where now with road levers and a road gravel bike, you are able to run this massive mountain bike cassette. So this derailleur is actually a mountain bike style derailleur, and SRAM did come up with that term mullet. But mullet is basically when you run a mountain bike group set on road drop bars or gravel drop bars, and it's all compatible. It's a cool feature for people upgrades. They do give you the option to run a dropper post internally. I mean, most brands that you would have an external drop. Is the frames, they run the new UDH standard derailleur hanger, which that allows you to run the highest end gravel componentry the world has to offer. When unpackaging the bike, be careful of end caps on front wheels. All bike brands will put a protective cover when that wheel is shipped in, and it's a funny story, but unfortunate that almost all of us end up popping that end cap off and unfortunately throwing it away with the package.
The mullet setup, is that a clutch derailleur?
This has a clutch built into it, yes. So no on-off switch,
no
but
switch.
You'll see the chain stabilizer very, very tight.
Very stiff.
Yeah.
This combo brake setup, the cable hydro setup,
yes, sir.
You're cool with that?
Absolutely. State has taken the design that TRP did many years ago, and it runs a brake cable, much easier to replace, much easier to service and adjust by the normal rider. This is actually a hydraulic caliper, so you're getting that same power of a hydraulic brake in a much easier to maintain form.
Didn't need to be bled or anything like that?
Not at all. I mean, that is a tight brake.
So this is a thumbs up bike.
2 thumbs up. This is probably the best bike at this price point. One thing I did notice, and maybe just a mix up on State, is they had the front brake cable run in the front, which was touching the tire. We just want to make sure that brake cable comes in the back. So if you do get one of these out of the box, make sure that this brake cable is behind the fork.
Very good. Thank you, sir.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
Ooh, this is feeling good. New bike day with new brake day. And the pupper dogs are here. Hey, buddy. State. All Road 4130 2025 Gen 2 edition. Ooh, and we're already less than 5 minutes into our first ride. Hella all road. Okay, this feels good. Oh, brakes need to be broken in. Let's not do anything stupid in the first 6 minutes. I was afraid of that. Camera mount loose already, but hey, that's part of the new experience. Man, this is smooth. This is the Maiden Voyage, and found a little spot not too far from the house where I can try out a little bit of everything. I wasn't counting on my camera mount going to shit that quickly. That little short stretch of single track I did, it was pretty fun on that. Brakes need to bed in. So let's not do anything stupid, right? But this definitely, so far, this is some good feeling steel. Steel is real. All right, let's see what happens here. A little bit of rough gravel, but I'm having to hold the camera mount too. So we're not going to get too crazy, and the brakes are most assuredly not bedded in. I'm confident we'll get there. Tacky back here. Let's try gearing down. See what happens if we play around in this stuff. Oh, I need brakes. That's rough. Okay. This bike will go places. I was concerned about the steel fork a little bit, but so far I'm liking it just fine. Okay, there's one. A little bit of toe rub. It was a tight turn, and I am riding flats, and I am riding arch centered. So I'm riding flats, but not on the balls of the feet. So that does shift my feet a little further forward. This bike feels really good. Okay. I am a fan of the professional assembly. Nico did a great job. So here's the deal. Club Ministry members get a 25% discount on state bicycles, which is pretty cool. Yes, I paid for this bike, but I got my 25% Club Ministry discount on it. But I also didn't want to really start saying, oh, go get your state bicycle, until I tried one out. And I'm starting with their most basic entry-level bike for true adventure riding. It comes with 38 millimeter. These are a big 38. They look more like a 40 or a 42. I did get them set up tubeless because I took that 25% discount and applied those funds. Here we go through here. Applied those funds towards professional assembly and a tubeless conversion. I got a couple bottle cages, and I encourage the professional assembly. This bike feels real good. Wow. I'm so far really pleased. The only downside at the moment is brakes, but they're just not broken in yet. Today's just a quickie ride. True first impressions before the weather goes to shit tomorrow. So far it shifts fantastically. Quiet, smooth, solid. And it's very cool. There's lots of cool to this bike. I'm doing all road. I'm doing a Gramble. Doing mixed surface, but not a whole lot of true gravel right now. And there's that toe rub again. Definitely tires are picking up some tacky soil. I'm on the medium. I don't think I would want a large. So I don't think I'm on too small of a bike. This one doesn't feel too big, but it definitely does not feel too small. It's almost just right. It's got a setback post that I'm thinking I may prefer no setback on the post. This feels amazing on the road. This is a sweet steel ride. It is not noodly, but this ride's like steel is supposed to. This is good shit. Are bikes allowed down here? No hunting, wildflower area. Bikes are allowed. All right. Don't think I've ever been back here before. Wish I didn't have to hold the camera. I'd be bombing the hell out of this. These are not aggressively treaded tires. I'm going to try riding the ball of the foot. When I'm riding it, I'm going to ride center arch. That's what I've gotten used to the last year, maybe more. I don't expect. Okay. Nice little recovery from some loose sand there. More sand. Oh, less recovery. That was all tire. Paid the price for no knobs there. It wanted to dig through there and it just washed. Alright, we could pick up the single track over here again. Tubeless for the win. We did some scouting this week. Took the dogs with us. Stopped at a couple spots along the way to let them run, go bathroom and all that good stuff. And they collected so many burrs and goat heads. Almost made me cry. And it definitely reinforced, yeah. If you're in Texas and you ride a bike anywhere but the road, and even on the road, you probably want to be tubeless. If you're ever going to cut across the grass, you definitely want to be tubeless. This is a shockingly good bike. No toe overlap at all so far on the single track, riding the balls of my feet. My other bikes I've adapted to riding center arch for reasons. Alright, we're going to go back the way we came. I like this bike a lot. No toe rub on that turnaround. And heels aren't close to rubbing either. So ball of the foot positioning, 5'10" on a medium frame, seems almost ideal. Bar's comfortable, hoods are comfortable. Haven't ridden the drops yet. Not really appropriate trying to hold the camera. Damn, this bike is smooth as butter. I am looking forward to getting back into primo riding shape and seeing how far I can go with this thing. Wow, this is a cool bike. It's even cooler with a Club Ministry discount of 25%. And that discount is for all state bikes, not just the 4130. But I do encourage you to take that discount and take it to your local bike shop and let them give the bike a once over. Pick up the pick up the accessories you need while you're there. Hey, state, thanks for the opportunity. We'll be doing more together.